Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer Lee. I'm an authenticity and spiritual life coach, and this is my channel, Intent Jen. Whoop whoop. I'm a certified neuro-linguistic practitioner and hypnosis therapy. I also do time techniques and emotional freedom tapping. And I am super excited to post this video today because today we are going to talk about how to manage emotions as an empath. A little bit introduction on being an empath. I think growing up, I've always been really in tune with my feelings and emotions, and I'm just super sensitive towards a lot of things. However, I didn't really understand what being an empath meant growing up as a kid. In fact, I really thought I was cursed with emotions and feelings, especially coming from an Asian background where majority of us are taught to suppress our emotions, that our emotions are considered weak, and that we need to build a strong backbone in order to overcome our struggles. However, a lot of people are unaware that emotions play a huge part in the actions you take in life, and learning how to manage emotions is so important, especially if you are someone who is highly sensitive towards people and things and events. Just overall, for your mental health, emotions are so important. And so what I'm going to talk about today is, what is an empath exactly? I know that term gets thrown out easily, and a lot of people assume they're an empath and that they understand things, or that, you know, we're just super sensitive to everyone, so that's why we don't do X, Y, and Z. However, being an empath does not mean you're a special child or you have some cosmic gift from the world. Being an empath is actually a skill you develop, and depending on your personality, who you are, how you were raised, the environment that you're in, and the genetics from your family determines how you deal with becoming an empath. Because for me, I learned that my father is actually a very highly sensitive person, or what you would call HSP, people who are really sensitive towards certain things. So, you know, anger and depression and certain feelings are a lot more intense and amplify as someone who's a highly sensitive person and as an empath. Becoming an empath is not like, I know some people think it's kind of like a superhero gift, which it is. It absolutely is. But at the same time, if you do not know how to learn how to manage your emotions as an empath, it can be a curse too. When I talk about being an empath, I mean, I'm talking to people who can relate to emotions, who are highly sensitive people, people who tend to bottle up emotions or can't seem to control emotions, or, you know, maybe you're really sensitive towards people, maybe you don't take criticism very well, maybe when certain problems or issues happen in your life, it's really hard to deal with. And so becoming an empath is actually a skill you can develop. Anyone can really become an empath if they really want to be in tune with their emotions, if they're really interested in learning how to manage emotions, their feelings, in a way that will benefit them. Because we all have emotions. We all have them somewhere in our hearts, okay? And no matter how much you have suppressed your emotions as a kid, you do have emotions. So this video is really for anyone who wants to learn how to manage their emotions, whether you're an empath or not. For me, as an empath, I am very, very sensitive to a lot of different things. I can actually feel when someone is sad without them having to tell me what they are going through. So essentially, an empath is someone who can sense things easily without any explanation. They can feel remorse, they can feel compassion, they can feel love, they can feel depression, they can just feel things really really into it, you know, really easily. Emotions really are the driving force when it comes to the actions you take in life. Let me tell you this, your thoughts create your emotions create your actions, and your actions create the results that you want. Emotions play a huge part in relationships, in work, in yourself when it comes to providing yourself love and making critical decisions in life. Everything you do is honestly based off your emotion. It is really important to have emotions and learn how to manage and control them in a way that is going to benefit you, okay? And I know a lot of people are wondering, well, how important is it for me to feel things? I mean, I don't want to feel certain aspects of life. I don't want to feel depression. I don't want to get angry. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to feel that pain. So isn't it better to just cut off my emotions and just go with the flow? Yeah, I guess if you want to live life kind of boringly, or if you want to feel soulless or empty inside, sure, go for it. However, life is so much more better to feel emotions. It's so much more better to have feelings of happiness and joy and love. And even in those moments when you are sad or angry or depressed or going through a lot of pain, emotions are honestly learning experiences for you. Even through those dark emotions, those painful experiences, they can actually make you feel more connected to somebody. Being empath actually gives you the ability to feel empathy towards people who you can relate to, who you can help out, who you can be a service to. And that's why it is so important to understand your emotions and how it can really reflect on the things that you do in life, how it reflects off of your relationships, how it can affect, the choices you make. How do we manage our emotions? How do we start? Okay, well, the first step is create space for yourself. And what I mean by create space for yourself, I mean take some time away from people. We're really sensitive to a lot of people. So for an example, let's say maybe you're the type of person people come to for advice all the time, right? Maybe you're someone that when you meet someone, all of a sudden they start spilling all their life's problem on you and you don't understand, why are they telling me all of these things about themselves? Well, because as an empath, we tend to gravitate, or people tend to be attracted to us because we are compassionate, because we can listen, because we take the time to feel people out. And sometimes that's a beautiful trait to have, but it can also be very exhausting. If your friend is venting to you about their ex-boyfriend or, their problems in life, yes, you can help them feel better. Honestly, you take on their emotions and they end up feeling better after talking to you. However, it can make you feel really drained. It can make you feel so exhausted. I'm talking like you just want to go home and take a nap after having a full-on conversation with someone. Social gatherings are exhausting if people are taking from you. So it's important when you have time, create space for yourself. Okay, really take time away from people. Distance yourself from people so you can recharge, collect your energy, and reflect. Because as empath, it's just so important we value our alone time. And as lonely as it is a lonely path for empaths, but it's also a beautiful journey in itself. Knowing how to distance yourself and take the time to do you is just so important. Second step, once you create space for yourself, you got some alone time, you got some peace and quiet, the next step is take full responsibility for your emotions. Be the cause. You're the only person who's in control of your emotions. No matter how sensitive you are, no matter how much someone has hurt you, or no matter how much someone has caused you pain, understand you're the only person in control of your emotions, okay? No matter what anyone else does to you, you have the power to react. You have the power to change, and you have the power to make things right for you. So when you take full responsibility for your emotions, when you take full responsibility for yourself, you have the power to make the changes that is necessary to heal, to release, to implement new habits that will help you create better emotional experiences. And once you're able to take full responsibility for yourself, then you can move on to the next step. Release. This is one of my favorite steps. Release your emotions. And that's why I said it's important to create space for yourself. Be alone so you can learn to release whatever you're feeling inside. As empaths, it's important we do not bottle our emotions. If we suppress our emotions, they can manifest into really intense emotions. Have you ever lashed out at someone, you don't understand why? Have you ever just felt like you had so many emotions bottled up and then one day you start crying, you start getting angry, you start yelling, and you just don't know where that's coming from? Yeah, that's you suppressing years or weeks or however long of emotions you've had, and it needs to be released. Your emotions do not know what to do inside of your body, so you gotta find a way to healthily let those emotions out, release. So you can scream, cry. I like to yell outside, you know, go on top of a mountain and just scream, I am free, or I am mad. Release it. Cry on your pillow, write about it. I actually enjoy writing my emotions out, especially if I got my heart broken or something really terrible happened. My writing is honestly the best when my emotions are high in the air. Find a creative outlet to release your emotions. Whatever that is, just find a way to release it. It's important that you acknowledge your emotions and you don't block or deny them. So if you are angry or depressed or sad about something, you have to release it. The reason why I recommend doing it alone is because sometimes we release emotions to other empaths or other friends and family members, and they take that energy on. If therapy helps, if you're seeing a therapist, it really helps to release to your therapist. But if you are going to release emotions to someone, just make sure you're releasing to someone who is neutral to, you know, when it comes to your emotions, and they know how to protect themselves from any unwanted emotions they do not want to carry home. The next step is find the root cause of where that emotion came from. Now, the reason why I say this is because a lot of people, after they release their emotions, that's it. They don't know what else to do with it, but somehow they find themselves carrying that emotion on in a different problem, in a different stage of their life. Let's say after they release their anger, somehow they come back 2 minutes later and they end up getting angry again, and they don't understand. I just yelled, so shouldn't I be feeling better? No, we gotta find the root cause of where that emotion came from. For an example, if you are in an angry state or you're in a very sad-like state, I want you to find the root cause of where that emotion comes from. I want you to meditate. And what I mean by meditate, I want you to talk to your subconscious mind. And the easiest way to do that is to close your eyes, take a few deep breaths in, and then you ask your subconscious mind, what is the root cause of this anger? What is the root cause of my sadness? Why am I feeling this way? Where is it coming from? Okay? And whatever comes to your mind first, okay? And it could be the most random event. It could be something from childhood that came up, okay? It's coming from whatever it is, just ask your subconscious mind, what is the root cause of this emotion? And it's going to tell you. It's going to tell you. And it could be something crazy, like it could be coming from your mom or your dad, or it could be coming from, you know, some childhood event that you haven't resolved yet. Whatever image or whatever feeling comes to your mind first after asking yourself that question, write it down. Write down the root cause of it, okay? And then when you recognize what the root cause of that emotion is, let's say your anger is coming from being rebellious as a teenager because your father or your mother didn't let you go out. Okay, me, that's totally me. And when you understand the root cause of your emotion, when you understand and recognize where that emotion is coming from, then you can learn from this experience. You'll be able to recognize, oh wow, so my anger came from that event. Like, that's in the past, right? So why am I carrying that in my present state? Maybe I didn't resolve that past issues. Then we go to the next step, asking yourself, how can I positively learn from this experience? Ask yourself this powerful question to learn from the root cause of the issue at hand. Let's say that example I used. Root cause of my anger is coming from my dad being controlling of me as a teenager. What can I learn from this experience? What can I positively learn from this experience that's going to help me move forward in life? I learned that at the time, he just really loved me. He cared about me so much. He didn't want me to get knocked up or get hurt. In a sense, he had good intentions for me. He wasn't trying to hurt me. He wasn't trying to, stop me from going after my dreams or goals. At the time, he was maybe being controlling because he just cared about me so much and he loved me. All in all, I can forgive him for that. And that can make such a huge difference. That positive learning experience is learning to forgive yourself, forgive the people that have hurt you. Whatever positive learning experience you receive, just take that in, okay? Really take that in. And when you can recognize that, when you can say, oh, my anger is coming from, my teenage years, and I learned to forgive. I learned to forgive myself. I learned to forgive my parents. I learned to forgive my friends. I learned to forgive and let go. And once you're able to learn from that experience, I want you to apply that, okay? The next step is to apply that learning experience every time you feel that emotion. Every time you feel that emotion, apply this learning experience. Every time I get angry at somebody, I'll think, okay, first, I need to release my anger somewhere by myself. Next, I need to remember where this root cause is coming from. Third, what did I learn from that root cause experience? I learned to forgive. I learned to let go. Next, you just apply it. You apply it, and then boom, that emotion starts to settle down. You start to be more in control. And now you don't feel angry every time someone upsets you because you learn, you're growing, and you're applying it to yourself. And the more you do this, the more your subconscious mind picks up on the learning habits and the positive experiences from the learnings. Apply that every time you have a certain emotion. Apply these steps, and remember, you are in full control of your emotions. Take responsibility for yourself, okay? Create space, take responsibility, okay? Recognize where your emotion is coming from. Find the root cause. Okay, learn from the experience. What can you positively learn from this experience? And apply that learning to that emotion. And that, my friends and my fellow empaths, is how you learn how to manage your emotions. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you would like to learn more about emotions, or let's say you have a deep-rooted emotion you can't seem to shake off or get rid of, I actually have a program designed for healing emotions and learning how to get to the root cause of each emotions and heal from those experiences. A lot of the times our emotions come from childhood or from birth, and so we don't know where it's coming from. And as a certified neurolinguistic practitioner and hypnosis therapist, I can really help people heal from certain emotions and really get down to the root cause of it, learning to release in a healthy manner. So if that sounds like something you're really interested in and you want to learn more about being an empath and how to heal emotions, doing shadow work or doing it through other spiritual practices, then go ahead, check out my website. It's at www.intentgen.com, and you can actually schedule a free discovery call with me personally where we can dive into those certain issues and I will give you insights and more in-depth information on how to manage them and how to heal from it. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Please comment below. Let me know if any of these tips helped you out in any kind of way. And yeah, like this video, share it with a friend who could use it, and subscribe to my channel if you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank y'all so much, and y'all have a blessed day.